Look, I know I ramble on and on and on about how you need to build out service pages for your contractor or home service website because that's what's going to build topical authority, topical relevance. It's going to tell Google that you know your industry inside and out and push your Google business profile towards the top of the search results as well as your website. But how exactly do you structure out a service page? How do you write the content on it? How exactly do you structure the whole thing and do it fairly quickly so you can build out basically a shit ton of these things and really start hammering these things out? I'm going to show you guys some ChatGPT prompts that I use, I've developed over the years to help me write content for contractors, home services, things like that, and write it pretty damn quickly and just spit out pages like I'm building out pages in an assembly line for specific services, subservices, subcategories, and things like that. So let me show you my prompts and how I start building out these service pages and do them fairly quickly. So the first thing I do is start off with a template. And this is my template. I'll leave a link to the template. You guys could check it out. A very simple, strategic way of building out a service page that's actually worth the damn that people might find and boost up the rankings of your business profile and your website in general. So this is the template I just follow and I structure it in a way, it's like a sales process. That's what I like to tell people. When you build out any page, I don't care if it's your home page, a service page, whatever it is, it should always be to service a client or a customer. There's a client or customer out there that are looking for a solution to their problem. So your page should be a solution to that problem. It should be the knight in shining armor. That's what I always told people. So when somebody needs any specific service, they're going to type that into Google, no matter how long or obscure that service might be. Build out that page, place yourself in your customer's shoes. So when they're looking for that service, they find that specific page. And every time you build out a page, you have to make sure that the SEO title and the SEO meta description are perfectly aligned for that specific service that you are offering in that specific location. And your H1 title tag should do that. And this is the introductory paragraph or line that should also include it in there. And then what I always tell people is to always remind your customer why they were online in the first place. Give them a quick jab, kind of poke them, irritate them. Remind them why they were online in the first place looking for a specific service. Start to introduce them that you are the solution to that problem. Tell them why you're the solution to that problem. Here's what they can expect from that specific service, what exactly is going to take place with that service or what benefits they're going to get from that service. Start introducing those right here, put in some reviews, tell them what they can expect when they reach out to you for that specific service right here, another email form, final call to action, and that's it. So the first thing that I do, no matter what the business is, the contractor, the home service, is I create something that I call my kickoff prompt for ChatGPT. I'm sure this will work for any AI that you go out there. I'm starting to hear that Gemini might be kicking ass, so I might have to take a look at that. Right, so there's a kickoff prompt. I'll leave this whole prompt in the description below. You just fill this out to the absolute best of your ability. Fill it out 100%. The more you tell the AI about your business, in more detail you give it, the better content it's going to give you, especially following the prompts that I'm going to share with you guys here to write out this page. Okay, so I start off with the SEO title and meta description. I have a prompt that I have set up right here that I just copy and paste into ChatGPT after I have done that kickoff prompt. When the ChatGPT knows everything about my business, I simply copy and paste this into the ChatGPT. But there is a section right here where I tell ChatGPT the specific service I'm going to be writing about in this section. So I kick off, use that blank template, copy and paste this, and everything here in black, I fill in with what I'm going to do. So here's an example right here. I'm going to need your help with service page for my website. First, let me tell you everything that there is to know about the specific service. Here is the service. We offer hot tub removal services. We come in, unplug, dismantle, break down, haul off all the debris from an old hot tub that you no longer need and no longer require. And we help you free up that space. So I copied this entire thing, pop it into ChatGPT. So just like this, I hit enter and it's going to give me 5 SEO titles and 5 meta descriptions. Here we go. There's the 5 titles and 5 different meta descriptions. The reason I ask for 5 is it gives me variations and I could pick one that I like. So there you go. I title my page and I'm good to go. So here you go. I just go into the Edit with Elementor tab. I go into here, the SEO settings, hit on here, and this is where I add the SEO title and the description, and I'm good to go. So the next part that I need to do is work on the H1 title tag and then the introductory paragraph underneath that line. So I have a prompt for that as well. Let's go here. There you go on my instructions right here. Here's what I need to do. So I have this entire prompt right here. When I say I'm going to need help writing a strong H1 title tag for this service page for my website based on everything you know about my business so far, and also based on everything I just told you about my specific service. The main keyword is going to be hot tub removal or whatever it might be, and then just go in here and here. And I even give it examples. So I copy and paste all of this. So then I copy and paste all of this, put this into ChatGPT right here. And there you go. Start spitting out what I need to place here at the top here and then here. And then we're good to go. So the next thing that I need to do is I need to start thinking about the problems that somebody has. So I have a prompt for that. Remind the customers of their problems. See right here, I have the section here. So then I go in here, list 10 problems ideal clients are looking for this specific service in this specific location. What problems are they facing or issues are they having that would make them search for a business online, more specifically on Google? List all these 10 problems as questions. Write the questions as this particular business was actually asking the client or customer those questions regarding the service they are seeking, yada, yada, yada. You guys can pause and check to look at this right here. So I just copy and paste this, pop it into ChatGPT here. I'm not going to go into detail. I want to make this fast. So there you go. Now it's going to give me the 10 questions. And sometimes I ask it for 12. Sometimes I ask it for 13. And what I do is I select the ones that I like, and then I place them into these right here. Then I need to work on this section, right? Okay. So we need to start tell the customer that we're here to help, right? So I have a prompt right here. I need help writing an H2 title tag and a supporting line or two to write underneath that. I need this written based on everything you know about this specific service based off everything I've just told you about this service so far. Also give me 3 different variations because I like to pick and choose, right? So here's the prompt, right? You guys can slow it down, pause it. You guys could take a look at it, right? There's a lot to it, right? So then I just copy and paste this, pop it into here, hit enter, and there you go. It's going to give me the exact lines that I need to write here and then right here. Then I move on. Then I need to tell my customers why they should select me. Why am I different than other people? So again, I now have to have another prompt for that. Why we can help them. And here's a massive prompt right here. Again, let me zoom out. So if anybody wants to pause the video and check it all out, but this right here, I need your help writing 5 short website sections that highlight the business core values, blah, 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 blah. And I ask it for 5 because I only picked 3 out of 5. And this prompt will only work after you've used that kickoff prompt, which you will have in the description, right? So then I copy this, pop this into ChatGPT, and there you go. It's writing me each section here, and I ask her for 5 different headlines for me to select, plus the paragraph underneath. So when you go to your right here, you select one of those headlines and then select the paragraph underneath. One of those headlines, paragraph, headline, paragraph. Good to go. All right. And I taught it how to write just fine, like at 7th, 8th grade reading level, nice and easy. So it makes it easy to write out this content. So the next step is now I need to start introducing my customer to the services or the benefits they're going to get from this specific service. We're just going to stick to what they're going to get from this service, right? So start introducing your services right here, right? So I need to help write a short section that includes a natural H2 title tag. So if you guys want to check this out, you guys can pause it, check out this entire prompt, right? And then I copy and paste this, do the same thing again. I pop it in here, hit enter. There you go. And it's giving me the line to write here and the line to write here. There you go. Then we're going to move on to the individual services underneath this specific service, right? Or when it comes to benefits, sometimes, okay, what 4 or 5 benefits you're going to get from using this specific service. So again, I have a section for that. This one's really short. Here's the services that you can get. I need you to write little titles here for each one, and then paragraphs for it underneath. And all of this is SEO optimized. So they pop that in there. Like I said, there's some things you still have to fill in to let ChatGPT know. So let's go right there. Let's do that. The services. So there you go. It's going to tell me what it's going to do. Hot tub disconnecting, dismantling, breakdown, right? And then you pop each one of those into here. Sometimes you'll have 4, sometimes you'll have 6, sometimes you'll have 8. You could just adjust and change these sections here. Next, what can the customer expect? Very, very simple. I have a prompt for that as well. Tell your customers exactly what they can expect right here. Again, I'll leave this right here. You guys can pause it and check this whole thing out, what to expect. So I copy and paste this, pop it into ChatGPT. And there you go. It's going to give the customer 4 steps that they can expect. You can change this to 3 steps. You can change it to 5, whatever you want to do. But you can check right here, each one. So now give me what I need to write here, what I need to write here, the little headlines for each section here, plus the description here. This, I don't use ChatGPT. I just fill this shit out by hand. And then I tell ChatGPT, just give me a final call to action for this page. Final call to action for this page. Gives me variations, and I just copy the one that I like, place it here in the section below, hit publish, and my page is done. And like I said, I've used this so many times. It's ridiculous. And I've used it for services I have absolutely no effing idea about, right? From grading services, I have a rough idea. So for example, I built this page here for grading services, and I know nothing about grading services. But I've taught the ChatGPT so well based on, of course, this gentleman gave me as much information about his business as he could possibly give me so I could properly teach the ChatGPT. I'm sure it will work with Grok or Gemini or whatever AI that's eventually going to overtake everything. It'll work the same. Same for this RV repair, mobile RV repair guy, expert RV water repair. I don't know anything about RV water heater repairs, right? But I was able to write all of this content with those ChatGPT prompts. Not only that, able to do it with this template that I have. It makes it easy to do. Here's one for construction debris removal. A page for this. I know nothing about construction debris removal other than if shit is broken, you pick it up, haul that crap away, right? Another one for plumbing, water softener installation. Same thing. Follow that same process. This was one of the ones that follows the benefits. What are some of the benefits you're going to have from a water softener? So you can see it wrote all this stuff for me. And then of course I go back and double check, make sure there's, no, doesn't sound robotic or anything, but the way I've created these prompts, it doesn't sound that way. Here's what they can expect. Of course, you guys all know I do asphalt. So this is for asphalt overlays. I do have experience with that. I know what that is. But again, I used that same thing and I was able to write all of this content, 100% SEO optimized content, and do it just within minutes. And honestly, sometimes the hardest part is setting up all the pictures, structure, getting the right pictures to fill in and all that stuff, and just making sure I have everything lined up when I start building out these pages. So now do you see what I mean on how I make this so easy for myself to build out these pages? Because bottom line, that's all SEO is building out pages, building out content, interlinking the pages correctly. And over the years, I knew I had to develop a way, especially with all this AI stuff out there. And if you just understand how to use it correctly, you can knock some of this shit out so fast. It's incredible. I remember building these pages out by hand, writing out content, doing homework to figure out a certain industry. This is why I learned so much about certain industries, like, for example, asphalt paving and junk removal, because those were my foundation when I started to build out my business. So I learned a lot about them just from, like I said, researching, investigating. But now with this ChatGPT, I could write content for industries I really don't know anything about. I don't really like to do it, but I'll do it. But the reason I did that is because what I'm doing now, like I said, is I show people how to build out their own websites. If you're a contractor or a home service, any local business, you can build out your own website, structure it correctly, build out all the pages that you need, interlink them correctly, and start ranking your business online and push your Google business profile towards the top. Over the years, I've seen so many people scammed from SEO agencies, SEO people, website designers, and stuff like that. And the more I looked into it, it wasn't as complicated as people made it out to be. And now, like I said, I have a system now, almost like an assembly line. I can build out pages, and I'm pretty fast at it. I can build out a page in maybe 30 minutes. Some people might take an hour or two, but still, it's better off than paying somebody, thousands of dollars in the future. You could schedule it out, build one page a day, set it all up, and you're done for the month. Get a backlink pointing to that specific page, like I mentioned in a previous video I've made. But that's all there really is to building out pages. Took me a long time to figure out those prompts, the structure, the template, to make this super streamlined and make it super easy for anybody who wants to build out their own website. So if you're a local business, contractor, home service that wants to build out their own website, wants to structure this thing out, do this thing correctly, make it so the customers like your website. It might not be the prettiest website. In my opinion, it looks pretty good. But ultimately, I think some people don't really give a shit about the cosmetics of a website. As long as people find you, call you, or fill out the email form, that's all that matters. And if you're a contractor, home service, don't have time for building one of these things out for themselves or doing this SEO stuff, you can reach out to me. Everything's in the description below. And that's all I got for you guys today. Oh yeah, before that, I'm going to point to videos that you can learn more about all my crap that I talk about on this channel in this here somewhere on the screen. Other than that, that's all I got for you guys today. Till next time.